Hey, what's going on guys? Nick here with a news update for the upcoming Batman Gotham by Gaslight animated feature film. So as you all know, recently Batman and Harley Quinn was just released, and the next film coming up is the adaptation of the classic Gotham by Gaslight graphic novel by Mike Mignola. Now the creative team behind this one is of course Bruce Timm, who's kind of serving as an overseeing producer, along with writer Jim Krieg, who's worked on Justice League Action and a couple of the other very recent DC animated films. So basically this behind the scenes reel came with the Blu-ray, I think, of Batman and Harley Quinn, because usually, you know, when a new animated film comes out, you get a sneak peek at what's coming next, and there's like a little 8 to 10 minute documentary kind of talking about the process of adapting this new story, what the story is about, and how, I guess, kind of the animation team worked on it and the design team, how they wanted to capture the original spirit of the comic book or source material. And everything looks like they're playing it very faithfully to the original Mignola graphic novel. I mean, all the designs, the costuming, the graphics and everything looks very faithful. I mean, obviously the animation is different. It's not quite that style of artwork. I mean, it's very much close to how they've been handling all of their animation very recently. I think it looks a lot like, you know, the Killing Joke animation and the, you know, the recent animated films, and unfortunately I think that's going to be the norm going forward. I don't think they're going to go for the whole hyper stylized stuff anymore. Like, you know, I think the last one that calls to mind was Dark Knight Returns, where they actually mimicked the Frank Miller style as close as they could, and there was some other ones too that had the actual original art styles translated to the animated film. But it looks like they've gone for the kind of generic, you know, animation style that they've been using, which I guess it's fine. You know, I would have preferred something a little bit more unique for this story though, because this is one of the classic graphic novels in DC's library, and especially to have an artist of that caliber working on the original story, why not try to make that extra effort to make this one special like they have in the past. But overall, for the voice casting and the overall animation and everything, it looks very solid. I think the film actually might be rated R too. I don't know if they've given an official rating for it yet, but it looks very bloody because, of course, if you aren't familiar with the storyline, basically Gotham by Gaslight was, I believe, the first DC Elseworld graphic novel printed, where it was essentially a reimagining of the Batman storyline at the end of the 19th century, and it had that kind of Victorian era look about it, the different costumes and the people, and it was essentially Jack the Ripper versus Batman. And you have some of the other DC characters thrown in there, like the Robins are kind of this gang of misfits that go around, and etc, etc. Like Catwoman will be in the story, there's a Poison Ivy cameo, Harvey Dent's in there, you know, stuff like that, Hugo Strange. So very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to the film. It seems pretty solid so far. Another thing to look out for is that I believe Bruce Greenwood is voicing Batman in this film, who you might remember from Under the Red Hood, because recently Jason O'Mara has been doing the voice of Batman in their New 52 universe, but it looks like they went back and got Bruce Greenwood for this movie, which I think is really cool. So drop your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the film so far? And if you want to check out the full documentary, I'll leave a link down in the description box so you guys can check it out for yourselves. As always, thank you guys again for watching, and for more updates on Batman Gotham by Gaslight and the DC Universe, subscribe to Hybrid Network.